Hi everyone, I'm excited to share the Hawai'i Hawai'i program for the program showcase today. My name is Madison Young. So what exactly is the Hawai'i Hawai'i program? It's a free developmental screening program for children ages 0 to 5 offered by the Hawaii State Department of Health's Children with Special Health Needs branch. And families can either complete the screening online or request it by mail. Families are then given the results by mail or over the phone, and if there are any concerns about a child's development based on the screening results, the family will be contacted about possible next steps for care. So as you'll see, as I scroll through the Hawai'i Hawai'i webpage, that's on the Department of Health's website. They do give some brief information about childhood development and the need for childhood screening for development. They give the link to their online screening tool as well as an enrollment form. And then they go on to provide some resources about childhood screening and some information about referrals. And then I did want to zoom in on the developmental screening tool that they're using. So if you follow the link on their website to the screening tool, it's this ages and stages questionnaire. And you could, as the parent, you would go through that link to fill out this form online. Otherwise, the other option was to do it through the mail, and you would download this web page, fill it in, send it into their office or fax it into their office, and in turn, the office would then send you the paper questionnaire for you to fill out and send in again for them to score. And then next I wanted to talk about what exactly is developmental screening. I looked more into the ages and stages questionnaire that the Hawai'i Hawaii program is using and got some great information from them. So they say that developmental milestones are abilities achieved by most children by a certain age, and that developmental screening provides a quick check of a child's development and can be thought of as a snapshot of a child's motor, cognitive, language, and social emotional skills. And screening will help determine if a child is meeting the appropriate milestones for their age. And the ages and stages questionnaire has been proven to be accurate by research they say is highly reliable and valid. They bolster that it's an anytime screening. You can use it anywhere from 1 month to 66 months and use it sequentially to see where your child is in their development and if they're meeting milestones. They claim it's fast and easy scoring, that it works to educate families and is parent friendly, and it's strengths based, so it makes it easy to share results and talk about the child's development. And then it consists of 3 steps. So the parents try to answer the questions of the questionnaire. I think there are some activity-based questions where the parent would need to observe their child's actions. For example, I've seen there are questions about like, oh, is your child using their finger pads to grip objects, or are they using the tips of their fingers to grip objects? And the parents would then respond to the prompt. Then a professional would score the questionnaire and give back the results and follow up if needed. And so next I wanted to go over the theory of change behind this program. So the Department of Health has said that the goal is to identify those with developmental delays early, because evidence shows that experiences in the first years of life are extremely important for a child's healthy development and for lifelong learning. Early childhood represents the period when young children reach developmental milestones, which include language development, motor skills, emotional regulation, and attachment. And physically, the human brain grows to 90% of its adult size by age 3. So developmental delays must be identified early to assure that young children receive the care and resources necessary for optimal development, which are best delivered via the medical home model. Developmental screening tests are the first step to identifying children who may be at risk for more serious developmental concerns. And I also pulled from some information from the ages and stages questionnaire, and they say that screening is important because it's estimated that 1 in 7 children are affected by developmental delays, learning disorders, and behavioral and social emotional problems. But only a fraction of these children, 20 to 30%, are identified as needing help before school begins. And by participating in a developmental screening program, parents can check their child's development and address any potential concerns. Because intervention before kindergarten has huge benefits because it sets children up for success. Studies have shown that children who receive early treatment for developmental delays are more likely to graduate from high school, hold jobs, live independently, and avoid teen pregnancy, delinquency, and violent crime. And some other benefits to screening are that it can help the parents develop their own relationships with their children and help them know how to support their children throughout their developmental years. So next I'll be talking about the DOH's goals for the program. Based on 2015 5-year needs assessment data, increasing developmental screening was set as a priority, and the states has been seeking to increase the rate of developmental screening among children ages 9 through 35 months to 40%. They wanted to reach that by July of 2020, but as they note on the bottom, based on the 2020 needs assessment, they continued that goal into the 2021 through 2025 plan period. And here is a logic model that was put out by the DOH about promoting child health through developmental screening, and it outlines their strategies for reaching their outcomes. So they're saying strategy 1 is developing infrastructure to increase developmental screening. Strategy 2 is trying to get families and the public engaged in learning about developmental screening and conducting developmental screening. Strategy 3 is about enhancing data collection so that they're able to review their progress more. Strategy 4 is about identifying social determinants of health. Strategy 5 is about making changes to policy so that more children are getting developmental screening. And then as for outcomes, I'll go over the long-term outcomes. So long-term, they want to increase the amount of children receiving developmental screening using parent-completed screening tools like the one provided by the Hawai'i Hawai'i program. And hopefully in the long term, those lead to more children who meet the criteria for school readiness and more children in excellent or very good health. And for outcomes, I found this graph from Hawaii Health Matters. And so based on the measurement period of 2020 to 2021, 41% of children aged 9 to 35 months received a developmental screening, which is great, and it's showing an upward trend. But when we think about that, still there's 60% of children who aren't receiving these developmental screenings. So I think we have a long way to go. But overall, great. I'm glad that we're trending upward. Thank you for sitting through this presentation. I hope you learned something and can take something away from this. I'm looking forward to watching everyone else's presentations. And here are some references if you want to look through anything yourself. Thank you.